May profits be upon you. I'm taking a look at Euro USD for the morning. The first thing I looked at is the 15-minute, of course, and I'm seeing that I watched price. This was a dollar sign at one time while I was watching this, and I watched price plummet, just drop hard into this area. Now I have this area marked off as a zone of supply, and I get that from the higher time frames, of course. All right, I have not refined it at all because I'm not so sure it goes too much further. Watch. Let's go to the 4 hour. All right, and I'm looking at the structure here. For me, it's bearish. Right, you break this low. Come on, man. You break this low. If I can just get it to break. All right. You break this low here, right? Break a structure. All right. Bearish. We break down. We pull back up. All right. And after every break of structure, you expect a pullback, right? This one was a shallow pullback because the momentum is pretty strong. We didn't go all the way back to origin, but we did break further. All right. So price pulls back after that break of structure. We pull back here, okay? And I'm thinking, oh, let me take a look at this. I'm going to the high of this pullback to the low of it, right? And we come back to the 618. So I'm like, okay, fine. That's a great pullback, all right? Then we come back here. I'm putting it here at the top of this, right? And I'm like, oh, wait a minute. What are we putting it there for? We didn't break this low. That makes this a weak high, right? Weak high, that means it'll be targeted for liquidity, of course. All right. So as it pulls down here and doesn't get any further, runs into a zone of demand here, we break the top. Oh, well, we had a bullish break of structure. So what does that mean? We're waiting for the pullback, right? We do get that pullback and it goes deeper. I thought it was going to stop here and then maybe go up to make the higher high as it makes the higher low here. No, it goes further than that. And we are in, I'm sorry the word's so small. We are in this, we ended in this zone of demand, right? And what do we have here? Price trades down into this zone of demand, almost to the tip of it, right? To the bottom 50% of it, right? And then we pull back up. But it didn't make a new high. What does that mean? This is weak. I would think that price will, this is going to be vulnerable for a liquidity hunt, okay? Because it didn't break to a new high. But I'm keeping in mind what the overall bias is right here, because we have a break of structure. So until we break the low that made this high, and that comes all the way down here, until we break that low, we're still bullish. All right, till this low is broken, we're still bullish. All right, so what does that mean for here? Well, I'm looking for a place where I could see a potential higher low being made. So what would I do? I try to use this fib. We go to the swing low, to the swing high, right here, come all the way over. Where did this pullback go to? Ba-doom, aha, 618. All right, and where did we close and open? Right, we're back here again. Could this continue higher, which would mean a weak US dollar, which would mean a strong euro against that US dollar, strength entering the euro. Those are the things that I'm considering. And I would have to say that the euro is like one of the weakest ones right now, weakest currencies. So why would I think that we would see this big boost? That's just something in my head. All right, we have this zone of demand here. could we expect price to come up and move up from here? Could we expect a boost to continue in this bullish trend? All right, or are we going to take this low out? Let me remove this for a second, and I'm going to say this is the previous daily low. All right, this is the previous daily low here. All right, this is the previous daily high. If we go down to the 15, we can see this a little bit more clearly. Let me get rid of this because we don't need that anymore. All right, the thing is that as far as the Asia high, we haven't taken out those Asia high. We fell from there. This thing is moving very bearishly. London did not turn it around. It continued bearishly, and we are falling into a zone of demand now. All right, we've broken some structural points to the downside. I would expect some kind of pullback, some kind of reaction. I don't expect the euro to just flip bullish today. Now, I haven't looked at the calendar or anything, but if I start to see signs, and you know what kind of signs I'm already looking for. I'm looking for a confirmation entry here. All right, I need to see something like this. All right, I need to see that kind of pattern. Draw it every time. Is that 2? Yeah, that's 2. I only need 1. All right, yeah, I'm looking for that pattern every time, And if I see that happening here, that would definitely interest me for a long position. How could I refine this order block? This is a 15. I'm looking at this sell to buy here, the sell to buy wicks here, and this is unmitigated. This is an unmitigated area, and we have a little imbalance come into it. So, you know, this would be an area that I would look for price to maybe pull back some. But I think the ultimate goal, the ultimate intent of price here may be to break this low. We'll see, because this is a very heavy drop, a very heavy market, and the previous daily low is right there for the taking. And it could wick past this and then continue up. You know, we're still technically bullish in the overall trend from the 4-hour. So, you know, this is the structural low. This is the trading range low. This is the trading range high. All right, the higher low and the higher high, and we can break that low and still be within the same structure. You know what I'm looking at is the possibility of going towards this sell side liquidity. You know, it's already taken out one liquidity low. You know, it could very well continue bearish and take this out. I'm looking for the pullback, especially for the start of the New York session. A pullback on the 15-minute. A pullback on the 15-minute, something like this here. All right, maybe to this area, or maybe beyond, because we have relative equal highs here to target into a zone of supply. You know, I would love to see that, so I can take a short from here. I would definitely take that short because it's unmitigated. All right, and but if it only gets this high, if it only gets this, you know, reaches this high, that's fine. I'll mark it out on the 15-minute. All right, and I would refine this area on the 5. But that's as far as I'll go today. I'm hoping that this analysis, you find a benefit in it. We're hitting this zone here, so I'm going to look for a reaction. I'm going to look for the reaction. If I don't get the reaction, that's fine. You can't catch a falling knife, so I wouldn't be shorting at this time. This was the last point to take a short, and that's not a good short for me, a good entry criteria. It doesn't meet my criteria for that. So I'm looking for the pullback, and maybe then I can continue with a short. But if we get a turnaround, if we get that pattern that shows market is shifting from bearish to bullish momentum, I will take a pro trend trade here for sure. All right. So that's it. I'll see you in the next video. I hope you enjoy.